it up when you play and you never take it all serious, cause you are thinking you are a genius. When you play with your chance, you gotta lose it alright. You never get it up when you play and you never take it all serious, cause you are thinking you are a genius. When you play with your chance, you gotta lose it alright. You never get it up when you play and you never take it all serious, cause you are thinking you are a genius. When you play with your chance, you gotta.
My car journey did not start with a love of speed or shine. It started with frustration. I watched local brokers manipulate buyers. I saw mechanics cut corners. People paying too much for too little.
Why you know want to see?
Paso, Vitiz, Sienta, Spazio.
And I could not stand by while our car happiness was stolen from us. That's what lit the fire in me. I wanted to change the narrative, one ride at a time, to make sure everyone could get a decent car at a fair price, to do the inspections others skip, to share real, honest reviews, to give people the knowledge they need to make better choices. Because for me, it's not about the horsepower. It's not about the shine. It's simply for the love of cars. This show is not just about cars. It is about our cars. It is about our journeys. It's about our love of the ride. Welcome to For the Love of Cars.
If you're feeling good, puka, 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 puka. If you're feeling for the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty roads to dreams we patrol. Reviews teams we break it down, helping every driver in the town.
Where in the Morocco, where it has put on about 2.5 million shillings. Only the shoes 2.5 million. Ow, nitujja ku interior. Nitugamba Morocco eno tunagiwachi. Nitugamba Morocco eno katugifuule beautiful.
All the new design we pride. Toyota, Nissan, Benz, or Mazda, we break it down, no propaganda. Every papa's got a tell. Village ride to city scale. We talk the truth.
So we are experiencing. We want to see how it performs on the Interior Express, and to see how much power it gives. To see if it ends up breaking down, or we did a very good job. I think we did a very good job.
For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty roads to dreams we patrol. Reviews teams we break it down, helping every driver in the town.
Where in Morocco, where it has put on about 2.5 million shillings. Only the shoes 2.5 million. awo ne tujja ku interior ne tugamba emmoloka eno tunaagiwaaki ne tugamba emmoloka eno katugifuule beautiful.
All the new they shine with pride. Toyota, Nissan, Benz, or Mazda. We break it down, no propaganda. Every papa's got a tell. Village right to city scale. We talk the truth.
So we are experiencing. We want to see how it performs on the Interior Express, and to see how much point it gives. To see if it.
When you play with your chance, you gotta lose it alright. You never get it all back. When you play, and you never take it all serious. Cause you were thinking you were a genius. When you play with your chance, you gotta lose it alright. You never get it all back. When you play, and you never take it all serious. Cause you were thinking you were a genius.
Hi guys, how you doing today? I trust you're doing well wherever you're watching this episode of Echimeza Chemoruka. This would be week 6, week 7. This would be week 7 of the One Silent Many Stories campaign. Still, we have no contestant. Congrats to the 5 contestants abali mu finals so far. Ntikakati ba computer besara abo babiri bavuddeko abali badde babatawanya. Week 7, week 6 we didn't get someone. Week 7 we didn't get someone. How are you guys? Today is 3rd July 2026. Bariyo bameka. How many Azay? I want to see how many Azay to get a maso. Today I want us to talk about actual budget cars, especially for the people that have not yet bought cars. Today I saw something else that I'm going to share with you guys. We are not live on TikTok. Because TikTok has some restrictions. It has, I don't know what that is. I don't even know how to describe that. But I hope you guys are doing well. Tell a friend who has not yet come that we are starting, yeah? Tell them that we are starting. Nabo basobole okujja. Njagala babuuzaako. Let me see. Apparently, I cannot say hello to you. I can't. Let me see. Yes, we are here finally. For the guys, envinga nyingi. Ku screen ziyitirira. Envi nyingi. Wisdom where it's gray hair. Anyway, Katamba Isaac Katende, Akankunda Edwin, Kasule Ramadan VIP, Juma Ali, Simon Baker, Christian Molunga, Basic Chris VIP, Nampi Jajulie, Juko Nicholas, Kasibante, Kaliba Samuel, Bugisu Times, so guys, let me see what we were. I cannot disable the auto translation. Apparently, I can't do it here. But how are you, my people? Abali ku YouTube. I only have you guys here. So let's just look at the start briefly. Tuneko ku start katono nnyo mugitegeere nzire mbabulire ebyafaayo byayo, and then we can go on.
For the love of cars, Uganda we roll. From dusty road to dreams we patrol. Review teams we break it down. Helping every driver in the town.
Where in Morocco, where it has put on about 2.5 million shillings. Only the shoes 2.5 million. Aw, netujja ku interior. Netugamba emmoloka eno tunaagiwaaki. Netugamba emmoloka eno katugifuule beautiful.
All the new they shine with pride. Toyota, Nissan, Benz, or Mazda. We break it down, no propaganda. Every papa's got a tell. Village right to city scale. We talk the truth.
So we are experiencing. We want to see how it performs on the Interior Express, and to see how much point it gives. To see if it ends up.
One Silent Many Stories campaign is still going on, and yes, we are giving it away. Mweteke kulonda. Tupuzayo wiki ntono nnyo because August 29th is in a couple of weeks. So 7 weeks have gone by of the 14. So we have 14 weeks, 7 weeks to go. And yes, you guys are giving it away. we have a problem with the network here. Is behaving the way it's behaving because so guys, what prompted my exploring this topic today is one, for the guys on YouTube that watched the broadcast today morning, you remember I told you about the gentleman that was looking for a cow of 7 million yesterday. I told him, you go home, when I get a cow of 8 million that is good, I will call you. He did not wait. So there is someone on TikTok that sells very cheap cars. That's what he tells people, that he sells very cheap cars. Munange, they call me. Now they tell me, Arthur, what do you want to Gambia at Florida? I tell the guy, you tell me which cars they have so that I tell you if the cars are actually there. Guy calls me back again and says he has a Noah, he has a RAV4, and he lists a number of cars. And I said, okay, me I will come and check if their cars are there. So I do my inspections like I was supposed to do, and then I round up and go there. Guys, you keep taking me to these places where I tell you there are no good cars. I don't know what's wrong with you people. If I look for a car with you and I tell you it might not exist, it doesn't exist. And guys, if I tell you this is the best car we can get with this money, majority of the time, I'm not saying all the time, majority of the time, that's the car you can get. Like, that's the best car you can get. So we saw a RAV4, I told you guys in the morning, we saw a RAV4 and we left it because yes, it had stuff to be fixed. So today the guys called me and I go there and I see the first car RAV4 they have. It had olugogo go nenga teruli kiriya. Omanyoro olugo lubera mu rufu nenge no mpaji terutuka. Ngirimo olugogo biringe yagwirwa omuti tetegerekeka. All that was good until yange sobola okuyita nga sinategera even the price. Remember yesterday we saw a RAV4 of 7.3. The only challenge was the fuel system had a problem. So, and they refused it. I refused them to take it because I knew they would get angry. So we start the car and the car is smoking like crazy. It's definitely drinking oil and it's burning it. Okay, the best thing to say is that it's burning oil. And the moment we see that it's burning oil, I tell them you can't manage this car. And I remind the gentleman, you remember the RAV4 we left, which was 7.3? How much is this? He says it's 8 million. I asked him, would you leave the other RAV4 and buy this RAV4 at 8 million? And he says, I don't know. And I tell him, you need to know. This is a car you're going to spend a lot of time with. So you need to know if it's good for you or not. So we leave it. So the other cars it shows me, there's a Mitsubishi, over which Mitsubishi Kariya Okaringa, Obaka RVR. So there was a Mitsubishi RVR and a Honda CRV between 7 and 8 million. Then there were a bunch of other cars that had very serious accidents. My God. I don't know how some people say, about to whom do they sell cars? Oba barogera mu bantu. Oba bakola mulimu gwa kusaddaka ngogera n'ogula emmoroka n'ekuttira mu kabenje abagagga babwe ne bagaggawa. I don't know. The other cars have been terrible. Now, because and guys, I keep telling you, it's the same place most of you guys that want to buy cheap cars have been taking me, and I don't buy. So this time, that guy, Owawe Chibanda, Najananga Arthur Jebareko mwana wa mama. You guys now, for the people that watch TikTok, you know the person I'm talking about. And he said, and okay, he greeted me and I walked away from him. I normally try to keep my distance. So I go to the RAV4 and then he comes and says, Arthur, gurowa mununu gwa kumeko jeno togula mmoroka mbadde nali ngena kukola videos lumamyo kukuba bukubi butagula mmoroka za fewano naye katukasa lero je katubeno onotegeera. So we look at the RAV4, it's not good. We look at the CRV, Honda, the Mitsubishi, they are not good. And then they show us, we see a G Touring and it's like the best car they had. But the G Touring had a smoking engine, bad engine. The one of the doors wasn't opening. The other doors that were opening need repair were Jamiru. It was recently sprayed but badly. But at this point I'm with the mechanic and the mechanic is tired. It just tells the people mugule no mugende. And me I tell them, ono makanika abakoye ayagala mugule mugende na yenze sikola bwentyo osegira. So we try and negotiate. Guy nalemera million mukaga kitundu, but the other G Touring needed 4 million. For what? 4 million for it to get back. Now, as we are still there, one of the guys in the Chibanda came and said, abantu abamu basalawo erinnya okufatisya abaana balya mukene. Erinnya okufa. Because wali ewantu tosobola kugulawo mmoloka ng'ofaayo ku linnya lyo. Tosobola. So eventually I told these guys, you guys can buy that car if you really must buy a car. You can buy a car, you can buy it and repair it, but it will not be as good as you people want. Like it can never be as better as good as the other RAV4 we saw. Tekisoboka. So nze babadde baagala vaayo nga nange ne musigale wano mubenga aba negotiating asagala kunkyaya abantu bwe banankuba obutayimbwa. So me I left them there and I left. Mbadde ndi awo ne mujjaamu awe ngeri sijja kwogera bampitako ku piki awo. Manyi bavuze piki kuva Ntebe. Badde babiri ba Uganda babiri nga bafaanagana. Bampitako mbadde ndi ku ludda Ntebe ninza kiva wuwo naye nze kinaavaayo kweri. Nabafunira RAV4 ennungi. RAV4 magaali masavu kale yali eyokuba amafuta makalu. Naye nga the worst that it could be would be to buy a cylinder head. That's like the worst. Ate cylinder head za 3 years zidinga bijanjalo mpitirivu. But anyway, ne bagigaana. And guys, I am announcing again, I am no longer inspecting for people that have 12 million or less. Those people are too picky. Those people get angry too fast. Those people they talk too many words. They want very new cars. He buys a car, the tire runs out of pressure. He says, oh, asa chicho nkoza chino. Yakebera chingo mpira gutudde. Asa yakebera chi. Yakebera chi bino. And I mbadde awo mwaka akabanda and I was telling this guy, me, if these guys buy a bad car, they will say athate yakebera. If they buy a good car, they will say watuguza bulungi. Emoroka beziba nungi teboogera. Bwe ziba mbyolo ne lyoka lutabuka sikyakebera moroka za milioni 12 kukka wansi. Aha. Emoroka ennungi alagira gye yagigula talagira ani yagikebera. Ani yagikufunira? Asa yajinguza no jinguza. So Morokeze tigamba nti Morokeze ennungi teziriyo. Those good cars are there 7-8 million. But now you know this person had 7 million and he said tavuga ipsam. Twafunye ipsam ennungi guy yagambye tavuga ipsam. The ipsam fete tujaga tugenda yona jikebera kati obeta ne 7 no ganu vuga ipsam. Exactly. So anyway, those guys are very picky. They get angry too fast. They are not patient. They have many words. You get bakoli mamangu, bavu mamangu. Negwe asa nali manyo ina amagezi. Biki bino bye wakebera. Baganda bange bonna bangambye omusajja oyo yakubye. Mwali mubba sente zangu labika wekobanye n'abanguza banzibe ebintu kati mbikoye. 12 million. Ate nawe what 15 and 12 million. Tojja na weeronda njagala simanya biki. 15 and 12 million. Teri kweronda. These things of you saying, there is a guy that was calling me, Mark X. Mugambi I'm booking ku Lwokusatu. Guy Mark X ayinako million 12 naye agalanga UBJ. Hey. Yuyo jo ate agambye. Tayagala etayina side mirror ku indicator. Gwe million 12 zikunganyizika. Ye yagambye yazirabye ku TikTok. Me I keep telling you guys and it's one day. If I tell you your car does not exist and you tell me it exists, I will tell you look for the car, you'll inspect. We inspect. If I find the car is not very good but you can manage, me I will write a report and I will tell the story. Now I'm going to be telling the stories even on TikTok. Why? I don't want you to come and talk about me on TikTok. Because various people vent on TikTok. Because the TikTok people don't have a very short attention span. They look for the bad things. So anyway, because of that experience, I've been prompted to do this broadcast where I'm talking about budget cars worth every shilling in Uganda today. Now, I'm going to be talking about the very old cars for you guys that can buy 7, 8, 6 million. Then I'm going to be talking about the intermediate cars that go up to around 18 million shillings. Yeah, and then I'll be talking about cars that go up to 30 million shillings. It's important that you guys have a very good expectations of the market. I am in the market every day. Right now, today, I have just seen a car by one of you guys. This guy imported his own car. His friend helped him import a car. And I'm telling you, we are repairing it tomorrow. And the car was bought at a higher than a price that he would have bought a car here in. You guys, I keep telling you. He bought a car. And he knows He spent more than what he would have spent to buy a car here locally, and yet we are going to repair it. We are not going to lift it like we lift the cars we buy locally. We are going to repair. Kukanika kuli mulimu habo basatu enfu ekitanda tugenda kuterekamu kipya. Guys, some people have been lucky with the importing, but you might not be too lucky. So I'll recommend you buy a car locally. You don't have to take Arthur to inspect, but buy a car locally. That's the best decision you can make for your own, especially if you are one of those guys that are like those guys of 7 million. Patience you on. So anyway, guys, let's go through. Don't chase money. Life for me, life is no longer just about money. A good reputation is a very good thing. Do you know why? Guys, do you know how many calls I receive for consultation? If I just do my videos and wait for consultation, ezo sente ze mungambo kola mbungene nonyeza omuntu emoroka emiliyoni omusanvu mbe UK ngende busega ngende wakiso ngende anonya moroka emiliyoni musanvu ngomuntu agenda gitwala alemina kusiima nyiga nvume ezo sente bwe ntule wamu n'enkosote nga nekola video zange nsobola okukola sente ku consultation niwe embasi zikoze mu lunaku lumu nkola akatonotono mbe n'emirembe wali emoroka yange suspension efa amafuta gaggwamu nange nfuna stress kati eggulo natuuse wakanga n'okuyimirira sisobola nga nkoyi kunoonya moroka ya miliyoni musanvu. And you guys, when I say these things, you think I'm okay. I came to studio here and did a couple of videos, but also ekimu ku byansinza okunkoya kunoonya moroka ya miliyoni musanvu buli wamu n'ogenda buli nsonda ya Kampala n'ogendayo nakubye kasanga tutawo balina emoroka nga balina ipsam omuyayi yagali tavuga ipsam. So for me, it's no longer about just money. Mukama bwabako. You remember, guys, I told you ofuna mukasente chusa ku mikwano. Ofune mikwano egikwenkana. Kati brand yange wetu sete kyakebera moroka za miliyoni 5 zijja kunzitira erinnya. Okujjako nganze nkusalirawo ne nkugamba oyagala moroka ya meka ya 5. Ogenda gule neno ozigula. Bwoba tozigula tojja. But you guys can't allow. Oli owe 10 yayita yagala lumiyoni eddaawo era mutulage ku lumiyoni nga firuda ne miliyoni zaabwe 10 kati nze. Sound is off. Someone is saying sound is off. Is it the network? Nampija Julie ba 6 million mbagobye baramu yeyagala baramu and some of these guys don't actually accept nti Arthur amwagalize moroke ennungi. Sometimes nabadde tugula ravu fe ngamba abantu bano mugule ravu fe no nentuka muganda woli gayi nga antundira nga ndabira ddala antundira nga zaagala babba nanga kakati Arthur olaba kati moroke eno fe tugitwala bichi nembaga mugireke. Sometimes I be convincing someone to take a good car and they look at me like I am selling the car myself. Oli guy yagala tayagala ipsam tavuga ipsam kirasi yetu. Kali ku YouTube ate ku TikTok tugenzayo ku TikTok biganyi bana wo YouTube bo bamanyira wa TikTok we bayinza okukolima kali wantu tuli ku YouTube okolima kuli ku TikTok okumanyi. So anyway, guys, let's talk about cars that are worth every shilling, budget cars that are worth every shilling in Uganda. Now I want you to understand that before you comment and say that Arthur just tell us the cheapest car. We are not looking at the cheapest cars. We are not going to be talking about the cheap. We are talking about budget, and I'm going to define budget. No, we are. Yes. So we are going to talk about budget cars, but I want you to understand a budget car respects your wallet before, during, and after you have purchased the car. Before you buy a car, you know that this car will actually. When you're buying the car, you still feel satisfied, and after you buy the car, There is also that satisfaction. Now, some of these, during certain moments, you don't actually understand the value of the car, or you don't understand how the car fits in your budget. But that's why you have people that like Arthur that help you make the right decisions. You get. So there are some cars that are. I'm not talking about cheap. Let me just make it clear again. I'm not talking about cheap cars. Let me explain what a cheap car can do to you. You buy a cheap car on Saturday. Yeah. By Monday, a mechanic that you'll soon call your mechanic calls you boss. By Wednesday, the spare parts shop knows your number. Why? You feel like the mechanic is trying to cheat you, so you bypass him, go to the spare shop, you get their number and try to binobiam maker. That's by Wednesday. By Friday, the car has become a family meeting. Your wife is calling you aside na ye Hasani. Chichino chiwalese. Emoroka ngemara wo sente. Do you get what Rachite to parking emoroka ntudda mu taxi emoroka jiveeko. So I want you to understand that we are not talking about cheap cars. Remember the process. A cheap car is bought on Saturday. On Monday, already there is someone calling you boss. Boss wange. Mposo ngambye efiriddewa. By Wednesday, there is a spare parts shop that knows your number. By Friday, you are in a meeting with Madam in the sitting room. Madam is saying, "Imuru kangeria sente nyi yatwale muru." Sekata wande kana tandisedda. Seka soko jenchogere nga woli wana. Kali ati nachifulumiza da kana che tuzayo chachi katuchogere chivewo. Kasta gwe wanga ate kati twogera ku batali bange kate gwe tukuleke. Sekatawa takes a car for spraying his car. Atwale muroko jifu muroko irwayo. Nenga buli nako agamba omukyala kati ngenda kugula ttaala. Kati sima omukyala namugamba obe muroko tujiveeko. Yakuona ne ku sente. Ndoza muwulira. Naye ate muroko sekatawa nga sinfu. Yakufuwa walangi ya mubba ya kasente yakuwa yamanya na kusasula oba buli musanga mulangire temwogera na kwogera nze ngenda mulangira buli wenna musanga. So anyway guys, you don't want to buy a cheap car because ku lwomukago ogigula ku Monday wali wakuyita boss efiiriddewa, ku lwokusatu abasipeya bamanye namba yo, ku lwokutaano mulina omukyala mu meeting muli mu kwogera emmoroka etutamye. So we are not talking about cheap cars. We are not talking about cars that are cheap. We are looking for cars that will give you value. Cars that will move you, feed you, help you hustle, help you move your wife to places, go for dates. We are talking about those cars. Cars that will help you survive traffic in Kampala. Not cars that will die in Kampala traffic. Cars that will climb the hills of Nakasero, the hills of Namirembe, Rubaga Hill. Yeah? Not cars that will die. Ngogenda kunsibambi road akasozo okalinya neta zikira, neta mira muliro. Those are the cars we are talking about. But in a budget. So, I want you to comment your budget. In the comment section, take our budget gamba 15 million, 10 million, 20 million, 7 million, total nakungamba 2 million. I'm going to be telling you those cars in the budget. Now, let's talk about the worth every shilling test. You know, test yafe one for the love of cars. The worth every shilling test. Tugenzeyo. The worth every shilling test. Ojitegede. We are talking about the worth every shilling test. Now, you know, test erimu section 5. We have 5 sections that we are going to cover. Okay? 5 sections that we are going to cover. Section number 1, you have to ask yourself the purchase price. Can an ordinary person buy it? Any car that an ordinary person cannot buy, yeah, is not price friendly. So you know kuraba because and you'll have to look also in the bond. Waba we moroka ngene ebweru omuntu wabulija solo jugula nga nkadde nenga ne bwagenda mu bond ne mu bondi bantu babulijo byazigula, so you need to make sure that covers. Number 2, fuel economy. How economic is that car? Enywa nya amafuta oba enywa katono. It's very important that is something that you cover as a person. Togula moroka enywa nnyo. That's not a budget car. First of all, a budget car can be bought by ordinary people. A budget car is fuel friendly. Then a budget car is easy to maintain. You will have to be able to service it. Most of the budget cars can be serviced at 110 okola engine service because that's the majority we do. Most of them hub za mitwalo 25 nga kwana awe watyo. Then you also need to test the spare parts and mechanical knowledge. You don't want to buy a car, yeah, because every car can be good. But if there is only one mechanic in Chirika that understands it, that's not a budget car. Tesola kugamba mbu ate ononja kamono kakatanywa gula Mazda Demio nga makanika wa Mazda Demio bali basatu mu gwanga. You get it? So that's not a budget car. Also, the resale value is important. The car needs to be able to maintain a certain level of resale value. Today I've inspected for a lady. We had two options. We could have bought a Mitsubishi Outlander at 36 million shillings or a Subaru Forester which we bought at 49 million shillings. No, 39, sorry. We could have bought a Mitsubishi Outlander at 36 million or a Subaru Forester at 39 million shillings Forester. The lady chose the Subaru Forester at 39. Why? The value of the Forester is higher than the value of the Outlander. Like if both cars were being sold, you would sell your Forester faster. The person with the Outlander would probably keep it for another 2 months before they have to sell it. And still they'll sell it at a very low price. So to them, I want to call it the worth every shilling test. This is how you know that your car or the car you're planning to buy is worth every shilling. Number one, purchase price must be affordable to most people in Uganda. If you're buying in Uganda. Number two, the fuel economy must be good. Number three, maintenance must be affordable. Number four, spare parts and mechanical knowledge. And of course, number five, the resale value must be something that you look at. Guys, comment. Tell me your budget for 4 million, 6 million, 20 million. We're going to be talking about budget cars. Budget cars. I cannot refresh. Okay. I have to refresh the messages. We are talking about budget cars. 20 million cars, 15 million cars, 22 million is my budget, but the first deposit of 18. Stupid doesn't drive an Ipsam. Julie, when did you start abusing our humble men here? 13 million. Okay, guys, I'm going to be going through the list of cars. I saw the project started at White King Motors on TikTok. Hey, White King yagamba mulete mu lukanji kole mukona inka review. So anyway, guys, let's talk about budget cars. Now, there are cars that you guys don't like, and I understand. I also don't like them. But guys, I've been telling you time and again that there is no car I would not drive. There is no car I would not drive. Nze buli moroka njivuga. Buli. Inze okutambuza ebigere. Sekata moroka kijomanye kyasinza okuba embi mu Toyota. Jituwaring njivuga. Nze sisobola kudda mbigere. Sidda ku kigere nvuga jituwaring. Ate baloka jituwaring kalike nalina akali akamani akali akakabuka kyali wange. Kali akamoroka bannange. Kali kagiya nnya. Kansikako nga ndiene ekyebande ku kigwende kya roundabout egende ebukoto. Ne kasika nenka wannamba emu. Nenjiri nnyo okuva ku roundabout eyo nengenda paka wali mu kikomereka. Ne kazikirira mu kikomera tekaddamu kwa kapaka nga ntaddemu amafuta. Kati nze okutambuza ebigere I would drive anything. Nga tolina mmotoka. Sigwa mutidi. Wagana no jifuwa ebisembayo. So the guys on TikTok, welcome to Bogeddeko tubageyeza. You have nothing you can do to us. So anyway, guys, let's talk about budget cars. Let me just go through the list. Ngenda soka mpite mu list wano. Ngenda ita mu list ya moroka zenkoze wano. Just a list. Then I'll go about 4-5 cars in Ziba Nyonyole and what you should be inspecting when you go to buy them. Now, let me start with the very low budget. Low budget. This will go up to 10 million. 10 million and below. Kosa. Kabamu 5E. RAV4 old model. Ipsam. Chikumi. Progress. Guys, bana imurikira okwerunda. Omuntu asobola ayina okwerunda ye muntu nga ayina million nga 5 kwa account nga yona side je tumuza yenyenya okitegeere nga yona je nkuziza osobola okwenya bwe nkugamba nti tugende mu bond, you can actually go to the bond. Naye bwe obamwe nkugamba tugende mu bond tosobola kugendayo. Thanks for the show. Arthur, can you talk about RAV4 models? Which model do you want me to talk about in specific? I need a Kluger at 15. You Kluger jajjifu na juko. Luli nasanga Kluger yaliwa ku UBH nga ya 13. Even recently one eggulo betwaba tukebere emoroka ze milioni twadinonya emoroka za milioni omusanvu twalabye Kluger ey'omunaana naye sisse 13. Someone told me I can get a big horn at 3 million. You can't get a big horn at 3 million. Don't want a big horn in Morokambi. But at this moment with the current prices, toina wojija. Nzena na denji no nyanga njagala jiwa mama abani wana ajevuge. Aginenge Moroka ebambi eti. Lete di big horn yasatu. Atenge da big horn bazi tunanga biri chitundu. Tedi. Sebo na baina big horn kati babanyi bayine mmotoka. Era mugenda mula comment ngaganze big horn yange tefa. Ate fetching ojivugira mu kibuga genda kwa country. Eja kudda ku break down. Okay, walo big horn ezirimu engine ya LF. Obadde okimanyi? Kati yo big horn erimu engine ya LF eyo tefa. Eyo mwabagero gwira basata bamwe emoroka mu kyalo. Mugwire big horn erimu engine ya LF gibayita batya? Erimu for big one. Ya LF eyo big horn gimugwire ojiwe taatawo. Ajja jivuga myaka ku myaka tefa. Kuba ne bwe pipire to itambula. Atola bit itambula etisse musenyu. How much is a used Kluger 2007 Arthur? You can even get at 18 there, 13 depending on which tegera. So guys, comment in the section. Abali ku TikTok, how are you my people? Bangambye muze mbadde mba misinga mbage yeza abantu bo ku TikTok wana tubadde n'abantu bangabo ku YouTube nga tugeya buli kimulikiramu. Tugamba abantu bo ku TikTok bakola bati ne bwe gati. What about Escalade? So anyway guys, I am going to mention the cars. Njagala kwogera ku moroka ezika wansi wa milioni 10. Naye bwe mpulira nga njogera ku moroka nga tetegereka mbuuza Arthur enaaba nnungi. Kosa RAV4 old model 10 million and below. Ipsam, Progress, Chikumi, Chibina, Kaldina, Raum old model, Mark II Musota. Now Mark II Musota, there are two types. Waliwo kabao ne Musote yaddala. Most of the ones you're going to see kabao. Kaldina, Chikumi Kumi, Spacio old model, Starlet, Carina, Primo old model, Honda CR-V, Mazda Demio, Corona 170 Limited, Vitz old model. There is a Corolla 2. There is a Carina. Which other car? There is a bunch of cars there. After the RAV4 you inspected, if I bring 5 million cash and pay the balance, balite baole moroka ya kukanika. Wali wako ole moroka yokanika. You take as is. You take as is. And guys, double tap the screen for the guys on YouTube. So guys, we are talking about budget cars that are worth every shilling. Abali ku TikTok njagala mbaddiremu wano ku main point so that muganda mga Arthur Fete yazi tuwadde. When abali ku TikTok onsigale ndoza ku TikTok njogera Uganda. Kati osekachi. Yotuwe ensonga lwaki ensonga bbiri lwaki oseka. Wamabo ku TikTok ngenda njagala baddiramu ko wano. Emoroka budget cars that are worth every shillings is emoroka eziri mu bbeeyi ennungi naye nga buli 10 kyozigula kyekyo. budget cars that are worth every shilling. Nebagambye nti sogera ku motoka za raisi, ngenda kwogera ku budget cars that are worth every shilling. Emotoka ennungi mu bbeeyi ennungi naye nga buli 10 kyoteekamu kijaamu. Naye mbagamba emotoka eya raisi, lwaki sogera ku motoka za raisi? Nti emotoka eya raisi ogigula ku Lwomukaaga, ku Mande wabawo makanika akuyita boss emotoka efiiriddewa. Ku Lwokusatu edduuka lya spare balimanya ennamba yo. Ku Lwokutaano mba mu meeting ne mukyalawo oba omwami wo niwa kiki kino kiwagula kizeyo batuwe sente zaffe. So it's important that you understand this. I'm not advocating for cheap cars, I'm advocating for budget cars. Now emotoka zimu badenzi basomedde ne bagamba abali ku live comment mu comment section teka emotoka yo budget yo nze nkubule emotoka ezili mu budget eyo. Now ne bagamba tuyina je tuyita worth every shilling test eyo obuuza ebibuuzo 5. Purchase price, emotoka ene esobola okugulwa buli muntu, because emotoka esobola okugulwa buli muntu eba ya budget kiregeza naye bw'oyagala ogitunda bagigula. Ne mbagamba fuel economy, emotoka ene enywa bulungi, emotoka enywa bulungi ejja kuwoomera naye ne bw'otuko gitunda bala bajja kwagala ogigula. Ekyokusatu emotoka eno ekanikika, kuba weeba nyangu yakanika nga service mwangu n'abala bajja kwagala ogigula naawe ojja kunyumira ngo. Ekyokuna spare ne bamakanika, spare waine bamakanika bagitegeera, kuba bw'ogula emotoka nga bamakanika bagitegeera bali babiri mu ggwanga bagenda kubba bakwavuwaze. Ekyokutaano resale value, it's very important because oyagala toyagala bw'oba oli kulaba live eno ojja kutunda. Kati kankubuli abatagenda kutunda motoka zaabwe ate nga nabo batuuka ne batunda bali mu kasino, bali mu kulya ku sente zaabwe. But as long as you're on this live, you will sell. Either you will sell because you're broke or you will sell because you want to upgrade. You want to buy a car that you will sell in peace. Let's talk about the first car that we all don't like. Let's talk about a car that we all don't like. Yeah? Emotoka nange sijagala. Now this is one of the budget cars. Abagula emotoka milioni 15 ku car once used. Toyota Passo. No one likes that car. I also don't like that car. But I want us to understand that when you're not rich, you are not rich. If you have small monies, you have small monies. We have to accept that. Okay? Tuyina okukikiza nti sina nnyo sente so nyine emotoka ze nnyina okugula. Gwe bw'ona okitegeera ekyo ogenda tandika okumanya nti Passo ogivuga. Nze Passo ngivuga bulungi nnyo ne neeyagala ne bibebi n'endya. Kati gwali yagamba tovuga Passo. Let me tell you what a Passo can do. Majority of you guys that have cars, you can manage a Passo, and a Passo can manage you. Abasinga abavuga emotoka Passo kumala naye olw'amalala gammwe muli mu mabanja. Passo etwala abaana ku ssomero, Passo etwala omukyala mu ddwaliro n'azaala n'omugjayo, Passo egenda ku mulimu nedda ewaka, Passo ekyalira abaana ku viddi, Passo etwala abaana ku mukisulo. Kale esomba omwomu naye era ebatwala. Babi abatambuza ebigere bayimira mu maaso g'abakazi ng'avuga Passo otya kuyimira mu maaso ga mukazi. Guys, the Toyota Passo is one of the most affordable cars that will be in good condition at 15 million and below. Mujje wa malala. Some of you guys wamwe tebagulanga ku motoka okute milioni 15 mu njagala RAV4. Gula Passo ya milioni 13 14 genda kavuge for some time bwokako wakatunde upgrade. We are talking about budget cars that are worth every shilling. Now I'm not talking about cars that are going to give you swagger. Nti opakingo kwane ninde Passo ekwana. Nze nakwana nanga mu kibina yange ya milioni 3 gwozanya. Negwe chiwalata kigenda kukulya. Gwe Zakatawa oye chiwalata tekiri wachino echiwalata kijja anti ze nkubira zatenda bya abantu bebiwalata bangi awo tewali matale chiwalata kijja wano enviri stands okunyuka tandika okusala akapata. Anyway guys, munsonyi okuva ku mulamwa today Toyota Passo. Now for the guys who are Mbagambye Passo tujigule, it's a very good budget car. Passo jigule naye bw'oba ogenda ogigula ne bw'oba totute atha ku inspectinga kuba paso giramu automatic gearbox, so you should not worry about CVT dying. These are the things you're going to check. Ekisooka engine noise. Kayingini ako engeri gye kali katono kalina engeri gye kaleekaanamu ng'era yingini entono bwereekaana, but you need to check for abnormal sound. Ebenga kayingini katokotanga kayingini akatono singa kayingini akatono akafu. Okitegeera. Number 2, you have to check the gear engagement. Gear ezikasukayo kuba omuloko ba gear nya ezikasukayo gear paka ku yokuna. You also need to check for suspension noise. Obviously suspension, ebiseera ebisinga suspension could actually point to a very bad accident. For example, if you're driving a car uvuga kubonga skate, now you have to check the chassis, check the frame, okakasente ateteri accident ya amaanyi, check all the pillars okakasande moroka kebera wali maso okakasande moka teri accident bobu paso tokagulanga katomeramu. Of course, now I would say check the AC, but guys, if you're buying a paso, the AC should only be there when you're alone. Ngovuga weka totekamu AC ngotisa abantu batano, botika batano mukize nfufu mujirye. And of course, you need to check mountings, oil leaks, the steering rack and tires. Empira of course, empira ja paso ja kaja mtano ka 13. Yeah, obviously emoroka paso girinyenga waliwo muyaya ngambi agala gula markex o yangambi yagala markex ngenda side mirror indicator anga yaga n'empira nanga jonna mipya ku milioni 10 na meka gwaddawo mwe muzannya n'okuzannya. People have their money. So anyway, final verdict guys, the Toyota Passo is worth every shilling if bought in good condition. Njagala okukakasa abantu mu abalina milioni 15 nti bw'otagula Passo ne weepampalika, most of the cars at 15 million shillings and below will give you headaches. Kapaso jakaguro okavuge kasitata obaje obuzibu bwa fent tu nenze nga bibebi binne manga nyina Passo yange naye manya abakazi be basinga okwesa abantu ensobi. Omuyaya agenda na naye nze mu Passo era nze ndya sinza kulemererwa bibebi mbolo kuba mvuga Passo. Abakazi baagala abasajja bavuga boda gwe ngovuga Passo nga wenyoma. Guys, buy Passos. I'm telling you, this is number one of the cars that are worth every shilling. If you don't have money, walk. If you don't have money, walk. Passo nungi etandikira milioni 13. Nkubuulira mazima Passo ennungi ate nayo oyinza otambula ne 13 zonna ekubula. Ebintu by'emmotoka byatabuse ku luno. Let's talk about the Toyota Vitz. Now Vitz tuyina mu model 2. Tuyina new model ne old model. Kati old model owa boda ayina sente mmeka? Emmotoka ya Uber etandikira milioni kati 18. Emmotoka ya kwali ku live. Emmotoka ya Uber, guys, let me make this clear. Emmotoka ya Uber etandikira milioni 18. Ate ne 18 inzo butayita inspection. Gwengolese Corolla.
Emmotoka zonna zenanjogeddeko nanga zijja mu new model. Neta Corolla UAM. Ningamba
nga gwali waayina emmoroka enkadde
nnyo. Bonna bali mu BR, BS. Kali ya inspection asuka na kitinga bwati.
Well, this one pass really. Atani akusula ekibuuzo nga tonanda kukituubula. So guys, abagala ovugule emmoroka za Uber mubeere ne milioni nga 18. To be safe, you can get it low nze sigana, but have 18 million and above. Guys, the Toyota Vitz, it's as small as a Passo, but more prestigious than the Passo. Okitegeera, it's still fuel friendly, easy to maintain, spare waliba makanika bakategeera. Now, preferably buy one that has the 2NZ engine. Mubuli old model. Kaba kainamu kumanyi, kaba kajja kulinnya bulungi. But that doesn't mean you ignore other things when you're going to be checking that car. You need to check the gearbox properly. The engine. Na ate wa its old model na dala wa sisi 13. Make sure it has no accident history. Once a car has accident history, then you have no toyina lugendo njagala obeere ng'okimanyi. So ebirala byonna byengambye okukebera ku paso ne ku VTs eno bikebere. Okay, you will have peace if you buy the right way. Emmotoka endala eyokusatu budget car, that a budget car that is worth every shilling is the Toyota Raum. Some of you guys don't like the Raum because of the sliding doors, but the sliding doors have no problem kasita toba n'amaalo. Ekisinga okutta enzigi za sliding be abantu abalina amaalo, ate abantu abalina amaalo tebakkiriza nti balina amaalo. Hey, don't buy the Raum old model. Buy the Raum new model, the one that has the 1NZ engine. Don't buy the one with the 5E engine. The sliding doors are good for accessibility, yeah? When you have children, old people that you have to take to the hospital and all. Kati Raum old model jatandika milioni 13 okwambuka. 13 okwambuka bw'ogikuta mu 10 egenda bayakigo nkubuulira mazima. Egenda bayakigo Raum old model ennungi mu 13 14 15 kati mu 18 19 wali eziyimiridde abiri. So the Raum is worth every shilling that you'll buy it. The Spacio, yes, I don't like the Spacio at all, but the Spacio is also one of those budget cars that are worth every shilling. And the Spacio is a darling to most of you guys. You like the Spacio. You like the Spacio. But don't buy a Spacio at more than 20 million shillings. They were ampia. Lwina kebera omusajja n'agula Spacio ya million 22. Nga kasa muntu wa sente ze yamanyi kati omukolo yagumaze. Omukolo gwamukozesa bad decision gwawedde. Anti yagula emmotoka ebbeeyi nene nga kakusande nnyina omukolo kati omukolo gwawedde. Sente zo zagenze tezidda. Ewo kye yali kuze emmotoka eri affordable. Sente azisigaze zinaakola ebirala yazigulamu mmoroka ate ne mmoroka yingi ninfu. Yazza avuga nga ne mmoroka teba avuga akakika Spacio ate violence ki bane. Omwami oyo namugamba ngenda mwogerako waliwo abantu benga ngenda kwogerako nakkiriza. Ate nno ndi civil because bambi mukyala wanjagala nnyo. Era we yatula bati mmoroka nakubira mukyala ku video ko namuga athawuno ndi naye okitegeera. So I have been very civil. Sikunjagala gwe byoyagala kunjagala. People can love us bagiyita batya autonomically eri ya Katonda, love ya Katonda asi agape bane bakiyita waliwo love eyo etali ya bino. Love etali ya kwejovaana. Waliwo love eyo mutual. Guys, what love is that we si agape yene ya Katonda party ne mwana ne mwoyo mtukuvu. Eri love ndala balina we bagiyita. The guys that know the types of love tell us the types of love. Platonic bagiyita platonic. Oli omukyala njagala platonically. I know omwami. People stop putting ideas in people's heads. Nera kuba Plato abachitadde wano comment kiri wano nima ya kitaddewo. So guys, the reason I've been civil with sinna mwogera nakubikiri yawo kubanga bambi mukyala we is a fan, but that decision is the worst this year. You don't buy a Spacio at 22 million. Nalabika kagundi akali ku garage mu kakaribu keba amese fira ne bakawawula ne kabanga kanya Spacio bwe yali agenda menjeka. Eri Spacio omanyi wabaye moroka abasajja ze bakole buli wamu n'ateekawo fiira n'asiiti zati ni wabanga wanyirira ng'emmoroka teremu ya decadent kati bifiira bigenda okutukangako nga webigo biri. Ate namugamba naye bantu mwe temuwulira namugamba emmoroka eyo engeri gyenyirira teri moroka enyirira bwetyo ngeri genuine. Kibanga omukazi ng'anyirira nnyo ng'olusu lulinga esepiki empya wabaawo ekitali kituufu omuntu alina okuba mukono obubalabe. Nga ali 25 plus nga talina muyadde akakanyanya. Something is wrong. Kati eri Spacio mama omanyi bali abayayo kuba ne dashboard bazifuwa bati naye nga tosula tegera bw'oba tomanyi. Era ye yaraba moroka kunyenaga this car looks beautiful ati I have a function on Sunday ne tumubuuze moroka egenda vuga bagole. Guys eyo katuveeyo atha tosonyiwa sisobola kusonyiwa. But guys, let's talk about budget cars. Spatio mbagambe it's one of those good cars naye togisusa milioni 2 ne bweba ya bondi togisusa milioni 2 Spatio empya nnyo inakuba yaga kuba bw'osukka milioni 2 ate waliwo emmoroka endala kati aweziddawo z'osobola okugula. Actually at past 20 million shillings I would even recommend you go to the bond bakubanje leero nyina omwami gwenkebedde bane mulekerawo okwedeya. You people stop looking for cars and you call me, and then when you call me to inspect we find that your cars are not good, and then you start saying kasende zange ziba ziweddeyo. Guy yedeyeza kyemanyi ko ali ku live guy yedeyeza ne tusuka ku wish amazima computer nesoma temperature ya CVT ngeri waggulu. The CVT gearbox is already overheating. Kati wabawo omuntu akuyita no inspecting emmoroka no yagala omuveeko ogende oba kati emmoroka tugirabye ebibi accident na ebyo mubireke nga yetafaayo okitegera sikati nga yaga nze mbabuulira nga yita tagiguze naye nga yetafaayo ebyo mubireke ebyo njagala wano kuyingira ne giya wano wano waba wala mbiri njabikola ki njabigubya nuga emmoroka egenda kusala nze sigula yakutunda kati nangamba njivuze emmoroka eyo nga mpulira inako egireeti ne mugamba era n'otafanaga ebyo tebikanikika katugenza okukivuga ng'emmoroka yeesikedde eti nga yeesikira ddala naye nga jjukira oludda lwe yeesikirako gye baagitomera suspension yatambula eti n'abuuza bikanikika kati mashini weesomedde gearbox 20 minutes mashini weesomedde gearbox nga biri ebirala byonna amaze obbiisa tujja bikanika abyabicekinze oba bibyo oba si birungi tujja kukola ki. Kati amazima wiishi abadde agula milioni 23 siina we mmanyi wiishi ya 23 ne muga siina we ngimanyi era eno ye ya layisi kati siyinza kugaana gigula ne muga naye ne gearbox egenda kufa gye bujja naye gearbox ya 5 bw'ogattako ne bino ebirala leba CVT ze milioni nga 6 onoogigula kati awo tubirese gearbox yokka yemulemesezza otherwise biri ebibi byonna abadde ne mugamba naye ngenda tandika abantu abeedeya nabagamba guys nabagamba gwe bw'onoonya emmoroka zono nga njagala okeberera eno awo sente zo we ziggwirayo nabagamba let's start in the morning we look for the cars together tuyite mu mmoroka zonna gwogenda n'oyita mu mmoroka zonna n'osembayo n'ogumotoka go nga gubi nga gwe gwosiimi ngenda kujja nkugamba ebibi ebiguliko nkugambe gwamanyi mulekerawo okwedeya. Kakati tukyayogera ku cars budget cars that are worth every shilling. Spasi eyo mukebere accident history check for accident. Why do I keep getting these notifications? Make sure that the Spatio is accident free. Ebirala byonna bikanika, the automatic gearbox can be fixed properly, easily. That gearbox is okay. The engine can be worked on, especially if you're buying it very cheaply. Like if you find a Spatio that doesn't have an accident history, ngiri milioni 13 14 ngoraba body checks out, the chassis checks out, the interior is good for you. Omanya engine eri milioni ngemu ne gear nayo eri emitwalo nkaga e milioni emne emitwalo nkaga bala milioni 2 mugigulanga 14 mu kugula mu 16 bine bidabo biba birungi bobo yagalo gifu wano gataka akakaddeko gifu was a milioni 3 egwede milioni 17 ontegeera some of that math sometimes tubikola nga tugula emmoroka no libe nali nkoledde oli omusajja wa Spatio nga tugula ka Spatio kafe ka milioni 17 akatekemu akatino ne yabiri mu ebiri yiyo tagamu milioni yokkanika goliao e milioni kati. You need to be able to do those math. Now I have a question for you guys. Sengo badene milioni 17 galo Spatio Raum Vitiz ne Paso, which car would you buy? If you had 17 million shillings and the options you have are Spatio, Raum, Vitz and Paso, which car would you buy? Tell me. Gogula Raum lwaki? Bode sinene kuyingini. Raum ewangula Raum ku TikTok ewangula. For the guys on YouTube, if you have 17 million shillings galewe moroka Raum, Spatio, Vitz and Paso, moroka kijogula waliwo ku YouTube eno abasinga ba Spasio. Which car would you buy? Waliwo aba VTZ wano wa Spasium. Aba YouTube bagala Spasio yawe. Aba Raum better than all those cars mentioned. So guys, of course, I would buy efficiency and newer. After I would buy the Spasio. Hey, these people love. I would buy a Vitz Raum because of sliding auto doors. Okay. Raum wetuli wanewangula. Guys, oina milioni 17. You have options in the Raum, Spasio, Vitz, and Paso. Which car would you be buying? So guys, we are talking about cars, budget cars that are worth every shilling. Kati ezo moroka zembadde njogerako zonna kati. Mbadde njogera ku moroka eziri mu milioni 15, 17, 18. Sienta olutuyingide milioni 2. Teri sienta ya 15 nkiddamu. Teri sienta ya 15 wali ogirabyeyo. Teri sienta ya 17 wali ogirabyeyo. Teri sienta ya milioni 18. Teri sienta ya milioni 2 nga nnungi. Actually, teri sienta ya milioni 2 nga nnungi. Yes, some of you guys I know you buy them. Mwabagula obuguze moroka kaseba ngitambula. Teri sienta ya milioni 2 nnungi. Siente nnungi etandika milioni 2 mu mmeka. Ate nayo sinza gikwa encouraging nga gigula kuba empya ya 3. Okisegeera empya ya 3. So the Sienta is worth every shilling, guys. Yes, it has CVT challenges. That's why you need to inspect okakasente CVT take a machine. You see ezo diagnostic machines etugira epima ne kugamba oil pressure kati eri wano, oil temperature eri wano, ne kugamba CVT fluid temperature eri wano, pressure eri wano, water pump ekuba bweti, the temperature of the water eri bweti, fani kweri, fani teliko. That's what the machine helps you figure out. I tell you guys don't know. The car fan in a radiator we batekola. CVT esobola okufa. Obadde okimanyi? Kuba hydraulic abatawola. Kati CVT esobola okufa. Kati gojja gule moroka bali babadde bavugiramu esimu kakodyo kuba fani yafa kati esagireka mu esobola okuwoza nenga hydraulic tawola. Anyway, but the Sienta is worth every shilling. Check the CVT of all things. Engine eyinza obutafa CVT engine ate enfu nyangu ya kulaba. And by the way guys, some of you guys ignore the fact that engine enywa oil. When a car burns oil, and it doesn't have to be burning a lot, esobola okubanga eyo kya oil nga namuka teri mu exhaust anti eyo kyako katono ebbirira kabbirire eyiwayo katono ekokya ku machane kaggwayo neyiwayo katono ekokya ku machane kaggwayo kati gwe moroka bagenda ogikulaga ku sawa 8 nge moroka yokyeza oil ya mumazeeyo. But the Sienta is one of those cars that is very good. Hey, the Toyota Wish. The Toyota Wish is another budget car that is worth every shilling. Worth every shilling, guys, I'll tell you. The Wish. Of course, right now I no longer like the Wish old model. But I like the Wish new model. But Wish new model ya beyimu. Kati wogenda kugula ngo ina milioni 17, 18. Lwakuba ate 17, 18 we ole Wish new model. Bajiguze kala 27 oba 28 etambuddeko naye Wish new model is better, but those cars never old model they are worth every shilling. It's just that the Wish old model no longer does it for me. Techabikola Fielder, the Fielder is worth every shilling, guys. I don't like it, by the way. You see, I am trying to be civil. Nemoroka ze sagala nziwana. The Fielder is worth every shilling. Budget cars, guys. So get budget cars. We are not talking about cheap cars. Now the Fielder, the cheapest you'll get a Fielder that is at least presentable will be 23 million. But I would not nze nga athamwe mankebelero omuntu tugula Fielder ya 23. Ekitono nyozi be million 25. Eya 23 njigula ku muntu nga mumanyi. Nga nsobola musanga ne mukwata ati lwaki watuguze moroka enfu. Osegede. Nebwe mbo omuntu sina we mukwatira matayi. Tetuyinza gula Fielder ya 23. So Fielder bera ne million. Eyo Fielder kisebo jotadde mu kifaananyi new model. Temuzaawula na zaawula. Kubera ne edita atalina moroka kimenya. Gule motoka. Ate nga senze moroka zirina. Aina nasikali ambala uniform. Oina askari wa SG toyagala gula motoka. Gule motoka mukuru. Kati boda bwe kuba ngogamba chimbukati busente bwe nali badde ngula motoka bayunge mu amagulu. Gule motoka. Ebintu mbiri byangu sigula sivuga motoka nkadde. Ebudayo 10 naira. It's okay kazibedde kika 8 igule mmoroka. Okuba ngombe. Naye kati ogira ku boda asikali gulawo. Ongeya apa. So guys, the fielder still check the CVT gearbox to make sure it's CVT bagikebera ne computer ne bagiraba nteina leakage n'okugivugamu you make sure it has no jacking, it doesn't lose power, it doesn't sleep and all those things. Yeah, inspect properly. Toyota IST old model and new model worth every shilling. The new model is CVT, the old model is of course automatic. Buy. Yeah. Now let's talk about cars that look budget but can trap you. Waliwo moroka zirabika nga za raisi obanga za budget nungi naye nga katego. Now let me warn you, not every cheap car is a budget car. Si buli moroka ya musanvu nti nungi. Ole musajja bagenda baada ya mugiza Mitsubishi era ka Chariot, Mitsubishi RVR oba Chariot bali bamugenda mu katono kali akafaanamu olufiru kafaanamu Vista Deo chemanyi ne ku TikTok wakalabanga bakalanga RVR. Then a cheap diesel car with DPF issues is not a budget car. A cheap luxury car is not luxury cars are not meant to be cheap. A Fuga is not meant to be cheap. You don't buy a Nissan Fuga at 7 million. You're going to suffer. Nina gwe nayenga atunda Nissan Serena million mukaga. Nuwa old model nebo ebanvundu ku mukaga tojina woji jeba ya 10. Serena eringa nuwo ogitegedde. Zitera kubaza green. And then of course a cheap German car with warning lights is not budget, guys. And by the way, abasajja abavuga German batuko obutane bakweka bukweke nga bakoyo boda bako nga bubalabisa. And then of course a cheap car with overheating history is not a budget car. A cheap car with a bad gearbox is not a budget car. A cheap car with unaltered chassis is not a budget car. A cheap car with no proper documents is not a budget car. A cheap car that needs 5 million immediately after purchase is not a budget car. Guys, have you ever bought a cheap car that became expensive later? Share with us in the comment section. Tugambe, have you ever bought wali okuzeko ku moroka ya rais nefuka ya bei ngoma zojigula yali moroka chera yakulya bane wembadde banyumirizo omusajja yagula Volvo zino SX90 eyo SUV yakamuli milioni 45 muzanya ana mwezo kukanika kati mbegulu yali daka mwe kitu naje esonyiwa yali daka mwe kitundu nagiseka naga sijja kufana moroka. So some of you guys you think for us to drive small cars eze moroka zibayonga za rais ati muneka tinakuzo tula milioni 15 18 ezo Volvo ate tebaga athate yagamba ti yesingo kuba safe ogenda gula safety moroka yebere safe nge parkinze wakanga tiki kutomera toina kyotomera mubera nayo mu lujja tewali kikuba. So guys, it's important that we understand budget cars. Let me go through your budgets, guys. Mpiteko moroka ziri mu budget zamwe so that you understand, and then later on in Basibuli. One started many stories campaign is still going on, guys. If you want to be able to own a car nga toina sente zijigula nabagamba zino weeks bit tufunye ba contestant naye moroka yo tugenda kujigaba okimita abantu baavu bakubido yesimu linga mugamba abiringa sigayina tukoze tutya kati gwa atayina mu yadde emitwala abiri tukuwe moroka yaffe ugwe atayina yadde emitwala abiri anatwala yoki ompira bwe gunafumitwa omusumali gwa 5 tazina. Guys, emoroka tugenda jiwa omuntu eyesobola mukko nga talina nnyo sente zigula moroka naye nga bwe tugimuwa gibezaawo. So anyway, me I bought a Primo Super old model Batman. Tell us, Atugonza Ratib, tell us what happened. We want to learn from your mistakes. Gwemva kone dachika zo watandise na leti wano oyina ekiwala ata watandise leti oyina askari ayambala uniform SGA toyina mmotoka. So many bad things on the same person. Okay, 28 million ndi mudde bwange. So 28 million shillings emotoka ezabiri omw'omunaana ne mu bondo oyinza ofuna legacy ne outback ng'ogenze mbasuubuza eri osobola ofunayo practice nalabye ng'obuli mu ezo ssente. Vits Paso ezo emotoka mu bondi ozijja $2.28 sure deal. Vits Paso Sienta kati erimu 3 Raumu erimu 3 Paso set erimu 3 mu bondi. Njagala nnyo basindika mu bondi because mu bondi tojja kunyiiga nnyo. Some of you munyiiga nnyo. And guys, I want to discourage you. Temudda mugula primo ya 4 wheel, temudda mugula fielder ya 4 wheel. Toyina kyo yagaza 4 wheel. Muyina olujanja. Musimanya fe wafe mu kyalo enguudo mbi. Ate babeera ko bayina olujanja. Musimanya fe waffe eri enkuba bw'etonnya gwe bonna abavugira emmotoka bavuga 4 wheel. Olwo ovuga ogumotoka ogenda okufuukira olumbe. Temugula wishi, ogula otya wishi ya 4 wheel. Waliwo omusajja yali atwala ewa omuyindi we atuguze emmotoka. Omuyindi yamuguza dda primo ya 4 wheel. Oyo omuntu aba takwagala. Kyokka omutwalira bakasitoma abalala nabo ababbe. Oyo omuyindi yamponinga. Omuyindi yatuzze ebbayi n'agamba makanika wange, I know you people, don't say anything. Don't say anything. You spoil your name. N'atambula n'agenda wali bakasitoma bange bwe yagenda n'enzija ne mugamba toddamu kumponinga. Don't warn me again. Ne mugamba I'm not going to inspect your cars even. Nenkwata machine yange ne tugenda. Sebo kayindika. Bwe kavayo kati kansanga mu kuwanganga don't talk. Nekaga don't make me stop talking. This is my country. Neka who do you think you are? Gwe nakanga. Akayinde katambula kagenda ne katuula eri. So anyway, Rumion was told 29 mu basuubuzi. Yes. Mu basuubuzi eyo guys, I want you to be very careful ng'ogenda gula emmoloka mutunule nnyo mu ruufu muno. Ezo emmoloka ze bagamba mbu z'abasuubuzi. Mutunule nnyo ku ruufu, emmoloka ezo zirina nnyo damage mu ruufu. Then mutunule nnyo wansi eyo waliyo emmoloka ezirina rust nnyingi. Then mutunule ku leakage za gearbox. Then muteeke machine ku mmoloka ezo. Ebyange bikomyawo. They can't turn me into a car. What was happening at Ugonza Ratib? Were you carrying the car on your back? After, don't forget what happened to the other TV. They will shut you down. What have I said now? Because I told the trader, Omuyindi, this is my country. Nze Omuyindi talina bwanzigalawo nze bali abaggalawo balala. Tetuyinza naboogera ku wano. Exactly. Owa Honda ali ku TikTok ali ku YouTube. Ali ku TikTok owa Honda. Owa Honda yango tuwe story. Bro, I bought a Honda na yenje. Tell us more. Waliwo nayagala okugula Suzuki Samurai. Waliwo ayagala okugula Suzuki Samurai. Are you ready to suffer? Omuntu obeera ne millions zo 10 n'owulira ngimanyi ne Suzuki Samurai gy'oyagala okugula. Nagirabye nako leero. Suzuki Samurai gy'ogenda okugula $10,000 ngirabyeko olwaleero. Esikiriza. But me, I will be there. One of these broadcasts, you'll come and share your sad story. As a $1,000,000 kwata ka emitwalo 2 yingira one sided many stories campaign or competing kwata ka $3,000,000 owa abantu bafune email bakulonde. $3,000,000 wangula buwanguzi buli muntu omutwalo. Sibe bantu nga 3. Naye gwe omwana w'emakere yafuna 6. Ate kata ogabanya mu 5 nonda 5. Toyogera nti omwana w'olukaaga oyo tajja kusoboka omusawo. I want to buy IST from Bond. Have 39 to 40 million shillings. Talk about Golf 4. Suffering. Suzuki Swift. Suffering. Nissan Patrol. Okay. Can you know that CVT oil gearbox was changed? Gearbox oil. Yes and no. You can and you might not know. As an all-wheel drive as strong as 4-wheel drive for slippery places. Which slippery places in Uganda? You people mujewo olujanja. Enguudo za Museveni zandibanga si nnungi nnyo. Nete zituuka ze Congo. Congo balina loole za 6-wheel drive. Neera nazo ziseerera. Obulungi bwe tuliko ne Congo tuzimbayo enguudo. But those people are badly off. Fe wano oluguudo lwemulaba nga tetuzimbye tetulwetaaga duzimba. Era ebyo ebinnya tubyagalawo tujja duzimba in the future. Arthur, I will soon tell my story when I meet you over my first car. ate yo first kanga you already suffered. Omuntu yali awonyewonyeeko n'emmoloka eri emmoloka gyagenda okumbuulirako. Arthur, what budget should I have to get a used Outback or a used Rumion? 25. Kanzire eno waggulu nyina budget zesogeddeeko. Let me go back up here. Wa ekyokulya bibebi mama bani akimanyi mateeka meereere si bwe kiri kiki toyagala njogere kulya bibebi kiki wama abe miliyoni 2 20 million and below. Let's talk about Toyota Alphard Mark X. You could look good at a Crown, Subaru Forester Cross Sport X20. You could look at RAV4 old model. You could look at Harrier old model. Outback Legacy. Wish old model. Primo Bidiena Italy Sea Light. Primo Super might be $18. You could look at Raum new model. You could look at Spacio new model. You could look at IST old model. You look at Subaru Exiga. Ani? Aina super. Nemi yonabi anazi ku. Well, guy. Yo primo super milioni 18 ng'oginonya naye gwosobola ogigule 18 era bw'ogigule 18 oba mugwagwa milioni 18 ogula akamotoka akakadde bwe katyo 18 kati 18 okujjako nga nsikire nga tolina magezi gaazo milioni 18 ozigulamu primo super oba mugwagwa oba totegera oba tolina magezi. Poza era kawatunze ettaka n'ofuna milioni 18 nga primo super bw'asembayo okumanya ku by'emmoloka primo super ze zaaliko okwatadde milioni 18 n'ogula primo super owujjako obusiru nedda tubadde mu kabanda wali ngobye RAV4 omusajja ndaga CRV Honda ne mukeba tekiki kino kyondaga kwegamba CRV mwe lindako ngenda kuggalawo nkyagala kulaba ku 13 million nabagambye Toyota Passo, Vista Adeo, Raum new model ish, Vitz old model, Mark 2 Musota, Mark 2 Grand, Mark X eddano twagulako Mark X 12 ekitundu nga ne S akola ne kati bagikutume. Primo ordinary 10 RAV4 old model kati nga kali ka RAV4 mwe kali ka RAV4 kawadde kabalaga mwe bagayi mukube simu mugule kamoro kako mwe abalina milioni 14 13. Call that number and buy that car tomorrow when it goes. Mbabulira nze ate I go through cars emmoloka nziraba. You guys karavu fako mukalaba. Yes kaina mulike jenu wansi mbikopo naye obulwadde bonna obuli mu RAV4 eyo bukoleka ng'oguze emmoloka 13. Obulwadde obuli mu mmoloka eyo tebuwezadde emitwalo 5. Go buy that car. Gwaine anti 13 asobola okubaawo nga seba alina 13 ng'ayagala Spacio new model. 15 million shillings RAV4 old model still ngabo enzogede mu 13 mu 15 je ziriyo. It's just that ziba in a little bit better condition. Let me see. Muno za siba sibude ata super custom teri mu biro 20. Super custom is there inza nojifuna mu milioni 14. Olwo omusajja kale yatunda super custom. Starch events nagamba liku super custom je twaitu inogula. Omeya yajituna milioni 10 nezo. 14 nga ingini nungi. What's the problem with Hondas? I bought my Honda CRV 1996 model in 2004. I still drive it. Hey, you're one of the lucky few. You should do a podcast and tell people how to manage Hondas. Can I host you on the Chimeza one of these days? Jango bulira abantu Honda gojibezeza out since 1990 since 2004. Naye alaka yajijja mu bondi eyo sobola jimetinga owa jijjira mu bondi. Naye sebo omuntu yagula CRV Honda mu biliyona yali mugagga. Wali mugagga sebo oyinza noba ne kakati okyali mugagga. Honda CRV ebiseera zaali tezigulikako ng'abantu bannayiga mu motoka. But also that you still drive it is also suspicious. It is also suspicious. Since 2004, 2004, 2014, those are 10 years. 2024, those are 20 years. The Honda CRV is in 1996. He bought it in 2004. Ajivuze emyaka 22. Oyina kuba mugumu nnyo. Oyina kuba mugumu nnyo nga naye weekuba enjawulo ovuga emmotoka emyaka 22. You need to teach me. Nze emmotoka gye naavuze ebbanga eddene giri myaka 2. Talina kyama kye tutamanyi. Just mugumu. You are supposed to change the car, my brother. As I'm still confused between a used Rumion and a used Outback, I don't know which one would be better for me as a beginner. Rumion is definitely better. Rumion is definitely better, but the Outback has no problem. You can't kill it. Can I get a Mark X 2010 at like 23? No, you can't. You can't. Project Car episode this week ejja kumacha. Mukulu. Abantu nzo nimbisiza nkoye editing awaka w'abantu omuteekeyo. For the guys on YouTube that don't know how to watch the Project Car, olaba abantu amanya agali mu green, those guys are VIP. They pay us 10,000 every week and they watch the premium content. Bangambye, my team has told me ne ku TikTok tugenda batelayo premium content section. Nga oyo content agenda yo abasasudde bokka. So for the guys on TikTok namwe tugenda baletera premium content soon. Muberenga mujira. Where is your garage located? I don't have a garage. Ngene bakwera ebiganye ka diagnostic laboratory. Ngeyo tunoonyereza bunoonyereza research. Emoloka gibakola mu 96 chechi gisumbwa nteka bitum babita batebyo. Litmus paper. Nteka litmus paper ku kigulu ntuka kine kigulu kimenyeka nnyo. Biganye diagnostic lab. Guys munzikirize mbasibule. Super custom jeri mu million 2 and below. Can I get a Spacio new model worth 25? Bano betubadde tuwogerako. You can, but don't get it. 25 million you can get a Rumion, you can get a Fielder, you can get a Wish, you can get Isis, you can get a Forester. There are a lot of cars at 25. You choose a Spacio new model.
The grammar is you are.
Sente ya bienzi bono. Sente zizo. Obo yono nakuza muganzi wali bweru. Mwamu abya ne muganzi wewe namuwereza sente atandika okuwona kwezo. Billionaire herself. Sente za billionaire himself. Billionaire himself yawereza. Ono yakoye dagala tuve wano. Askari yegobye. I'm selling Regias 12 million bajja kuwanga mwenda na hizi kwati. Guys togula Regias esuke million 10. Kubawo million 12 obobu zako million nga 3 nyofu na Alfad. Alfad is better than Regias. Togula Regias esuke ku mugana wange nsonyiwa na yinze ndi okubuusa abantu oyinza kuguza muntu Regias million 12. Sha. I can't accept that. Anyway guys kamba sibule. Impress Subaru new model. Spacio new model 25 million. Ogula checho. Message nga siziraba. Anyway guys, ababadde ku live mbagala nnyo. Take care of your eyes. What is the budget? Inze amaso kanga bade. Arthur, which family car would you advise someone whose road isn't constructed? Family of 7. Mitsubishi Outlander if you have a bit of money. Mitsubishi Outlander if you have a bit of money for maintenance. You can buy a Toyota Noah, you can buy a Wish, you can buy a Sienta. Size ezolowooza. Outlander mu bondi tubadde fero tujigwa million 3 So Outlander right now is the cheapest SUV. But as a stock aliwo bwaggwawo ne Outlander egenda beri mu million 5 mu. So mubirenga mwetegese. Guys, thank you very much for being part of Chimeza Chimuruka. Mbagala nnyo. Ba VIP banga boku YouTube ate mmwe mbagala akensuso. Team yange eri emabega y'abantu bana. 4 people. 4 people you contribute to their well-being. Bonna nange nga mungaseeko. ne batabani bange babiri ne jjajja wange mwe ba VIP mwe views tezireeta ssente views zo tezireeta ssente naye nga mulabe content kuba mulungi. So anyway guys, abakyala abanjagala platonically mbatumidde mugambe bababa mmwe tebanyiiga baleme kulowooza birala. Amanya ngagagize ntandise nani Basic Chris VIP Kamusime Manzi Simon Baker Dus Tunomugisha Yiga Fahim Eric Chandano okimanyi erinnya liri Chandano Eric Chandano Kinyera VIP si Kandano lyaba Mexico Chandano lyabwe Simon Baker Nampija Julie Christian Mulunga Nima Francis Kalima. Guys, 29th August is the Love for Cars convention. A ticket is going to be costing you only 30,000 shillings. No food included, just the ticket for all the activities. Tuesday we should be giving you the full program of the convention. Otandika okulaba wawoja chiche kusasula sente ezo. Mutandika okubanga musasula ticket zamwe. Sengoba Ibra, Simon Baker, Lawrence. The guys abagala okutestinga app yaffe. Abagala okutestinga app yaffe. Tuleta app ya Love Cars Uganda. App yegenda okubeerako emmoroka ezitundibwa spare atundibwa ne bamakanika. App yokka mu Uganda egatta ebyo ebintu bisatu nga terina bias egenda kubejja. Weereza email address yo tukuweereza obeeremu ku bantu abagitestinga. Weereza email address ku 0760045116. Sengoba Ibra, Mugaga Michael, Bugisu Times, Karim UGVIP, Lawrence Omuli, Aijuka Blair, Saja Hussein. How do we go about transfer if the first owner of the car that appeared in the logbook died or was unavailable? Court order. Find someone that understands it. Don't try to do it yourself. Adam Nawera Honest at Gonza Ratib Kasuda Ramadan VIP Kenneth Jason Africa Chaze Michael Mugerwa Oblivion Live, Louis Habat, Nasolo Desire, Lawrence Omuli. Guys, Abari Mukamori, I don't take it for granted. I'd like to remind you, I do pre-purchase inspection in case you're buying a car. What? So in case you're buying a car and you're going to buy a car and you want someone to help you make the right decisions, I'm your man. I come with the mechanic and together we make sure that you make the right decision. I charge a small fee for inspection. Yes, the people that know it. You call me on the number 0760045116. A number since in Jukwata, but the person that answers knows everything about For the Love of Cars and they will answer every question that you need answered. Love for Cars Convention 29th August. One Starlet Many Stories campaign. May the good Lord bless you guys.
When you play with your chance, you got to look